Yes. We haven't started yet. Why in the heck can't this town or anybody online?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
We'll call to order.
All right,
I love this.
all right, we're live.
Yep, you're live.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Public Safety Committee March monthly meeting. Thank you for the members here and those online and our visitors as well. I'm calling this meeting to order at 7:02 PM. We got that for the record, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, sir.
All right, calling roll. Carlos Andres, I am here. Nancy Rogers,
Here,
Johnny Torres,
Here.
Darwin Valencencio,
Here.
Giancarlo Rodriguez,
Here.
Luis Lopez,
Here.
George Pena.
Here.
Wonderful. Okay, committee members, order of business, any deferrals, additions, or deletions? Hearing none, we're gonna, oh, hold on a second, let me just make sure we're here. All right, all right. All right, okay. Hearing none, we're gonna continue. Adoption of 224 minutes. Has all of you had an opportunity to review them? Do you want a moment to review them right now?
yes.
Yes, okay, we'll give you guys a minute. And then once you guys review them, I make a motion to approve them.
You need the agenda? You need the agenda?
Yes, please.
Here you go. I'm the,
You already gave it.
I'm giving to my phone after this.
There's a motion on the floor to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Mr. George Pena will second it. All in favor, say aye. Any against? None. All right, motion passes. Public comments. You're recognized. Thank you for
Yes,
visiting
well,
us.
thank you for allowing me to come in. It just so happens that this has happened to me multiple times, but it just so happened that it happened to me today. I said I wanted to come and obviously speak about it because I'm sure that if you live here in Miami Lakes, you've encountered Julio Sardines. So I was driving down the road and there were three kids and electrical bikes. They took over the road. Mind you, at 4:30, we all know we live here in Miami Lakes, but around anywhere between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock, the roads are busy.
Right.
These kids were running rampant, right? They come off of Main Street and they made a left turn there. And while the cars are, braking, they're just running to the stop sign. So I beat that and I said, listen, you guys don't have any brake lights on those motorbikes. And they're not motorbikes, they're those electrical
E-bikes.
bikes, e-bikes.
Mhm.
And these things, they look like motorcycles.
Sorry.
And I'm not a police officer, but I can tell you that if you're on the road, right, and you're riding these things on the road, you should have at least brake lights. Right, and the fact that, so I called out one of the kids and said, listen, man, you don't have any lights. You shouldn't be riding around like that on the road. Obviously, put the finger and called me to, want me to go to shit. But bottom line comes down to, I'm here because I'm addressing that.
Right.
Just like, it's happened to me multiple times already. It happened to me on the other side coming this way. I was over in, I think it was at the Latin America. I was coming off of Latin America,
West East.
right, and off of there. Three kids again. I don't know if they were the same kids, they had similar bikes. They just took over the road. And I see them going on the sidewalk, jumping on the street,
Right.
going on the sidewalk, jumping on the street. I'm right behind one. This is crazy.
Right.
That we can allow these kids to do this kind of thing. First of all, I think it's completely wrong. I don't care if you're wearing a helmet.
Mhm.
You need to have a bike, and you need to have, if you're gonna be on the road, you should have, all the road accessories that you need. right? And these kids need to understand that they need to abide by the rules of the road. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right. And coincidentally, we had several neighbors in my neighborhood. I live on Daysline Avenue. So I'm right next to the Miami Lakes Gateway Center on Miami Lakeway South. And we had some folks complain about the same thing. We did something last year. It was just summer safety tips. And what we were trying to tell people is, to wear helmets while they're riding bikes. And then the Miami Laker approached actually me and was talking about the same issue with e-bike. And they interviewed me and they even interviewed the town attorney. And they said, is there any ordinance in place right now with the e-bikes? And the answer was no. And I figured, and I don't know if it's happened. I have not been, unfortunately, I haven't been really closely listening to the state, like what's happening right now with the recession. But my hope was that there's other things that are regulated that have ran through the state, right? Like dirt bikes and mopeds. And I would assume at some point they're gonna talk about e-bikes and what safety precautions need to be in place for that. I'm gonna defer this to Deputy Amador. Have we heard anything that there's any laws changing with e-bikes?
No, but it's definitely coming down the pipe. Because what's happening is they're looking at it as, because of the mode of transport is not a power, your legs powering anymore. So now, because now they can look at it like that, but as of right now, they're just trying to figure out how they're gonna, the verbiage, what the verbiage is gonna be. Because if it's a bicycle, if it has pedals, even if it has the motor, but because it has pedals, so then that creates a problem.
And I'm sorry, but I have one more word to say that. My problem is, listen, if those kids were to die, unfortunately, right, by their mischiefs, I understand it.
Yeah.
The problem is that person, right, that person that's driving, that's trying to be careful, and then now they're caught up in a situation that they shouldn't be in to begin with.
Right.
That's kind of like I felt today. I felt like completely vulnerable to any of their actions. I'm trying to keep my distance because that's, I'm looking at, but is everybody else doing the same thing? And in today's world, I don't know about you, but I'm on the road all the time and everybody is always on the phone. They're driving like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, those kids, they're kids.
Yeah.
I just had a friend of mine, his son killed his girlfriend on an ATV. Right? He's gonna have vehicular homicide.
Yeah.
In his hands. An 18-year-old. You look at that estate, that could be any one of our kids. Obviously my son's 21-year-old at that point, but it could be anybody. And it's just a person that, okay, so the kid died, he was being crazy. But imagine the person that was involved in that situation. Two families go, destroyed over something ridiculous.
And it's not only the e-bikes, because it happened to me with bikes on the way to Vicky's Bakery, taking the back roads.
Right.
And I forget the name of the street that I was on. They on purpose blocked the road with their bikes.
Yeah.
It was 3 of them across and I'm not gonna try and get through, because like you said, God forbid, they make a turn at the last second and I hit them. Now I'm at fault.
Yeah.
So,
I always report it. 3054 police, 305 sheriff, one of those 2 numbers, I always report it. And there's been situations, I've reported one on 154. There was like 15 of them that blocked the whole 154. As you know, that's the main artery of our town. And that was a huge issue and they came out right away.
Fairway Drive is it's a main artery.
Yeah.
Fairway Drive, everybody takes that road all the time.
Yeah.
And, when people should be going at 25, 30 miles an hour, sometimes they're going 40 and 45.
Right.
And let me just say something. There's a big issue with the parents, right? Because they're kids. And I'll tell you something that happened to us for the culinary bike ride. There was a group of kids that came out and they were there and they were a little bit, out of place. They were going, a little bit off to where they shouldn't be going.
Yeah, they want to use they want to do the
wheelie,
wheelie and they can't even control it.
They were addressed twice. Guys, this is what it is. This is what you're supposed to do, and this is what you're not. So the talking was like if they were my kids, right? Myself, and a few of us talking to them, right? They got in line, no problems. You know who were the ones that were acting up?
parents.
The adults. They got in line to what they were supposed to do, and then it was everybody else. So then the complaints, no, I'm not gonna talk to those kids anymore, they're fine, it's you guys.
Now, you know what I felt like? I felt like, and unfortunately, I'm probably on video, but I felt like I needed to grab one of the kids, grab him, take him to the parent, slap the parent in the face. Because
Yeah,
I said, "Dude, how do you like, how does that happen?
And the parents won't see your side.
You know what I mean? Well, they don't need to see my side. They just need to feel my side, but no, honestly, I'm trying not to, I'm here only because I'm addressing it. Not that it happened to me something ridiculous today, and I wanna make sure that, you know, God, are we doing something in this city of ours, which I've been here for, I'm 59, I've been here for like 40 years.
Mhm.
I went to high school here, junior high here, elementary school here, and I'm back.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, you gotta be kidding me. This is becoming, you know, a little bit of a disaster, but hope that you guys can address it in your own way and that,
Yeah,
you know, in the near future, we can say, hey, guys, we have control of these kids. Because more kids coming.
Right. No, the one thing that I advise, and I'm sure Deputy Amador will agree with me, is you gotta call the non-emergency number when it happens. So
Yeah, and
unfortunately,
I don't really know what that number is.
yeah, and I'll give it to you,
Should have.
because I feel so bad, we have really good little.
No, that's fine.
But I'm gonna text it to you right now so you can have it. It's, here, I'm gonna give it to you on my phone so you can just write it down.
Okay.
But the idea is that what I would suggest doing is call a non-emergency number. That's number one. Number two, if you feel this passionate about it, what I recommend doing is I suggest you speak about it in public comment, and maybe as a committee, guys, we need to maybe come together. And maybe this is legislation. Maybe this is something that we need to lobby to get as an ordinance for the town, you know, to make sure that we can enforce you know, what's currently going on in East Lyme, because it is becoming an issue. And the Grams are really upset about it. 'Cause-
Listen, I'm gonna get a golf cart. Right? Well, you know, let's face it, we're gonna get a golf cart. I play golf all the time.
Right.
I'm not even planning to be on the road most of the time. I'm gonna be in the golf course. But I'm looking and say, I understand, you know, the thing behind it. Hey, you know, I let you go by, you get around, you have to push. I understand all of that.
Right.
And you know, especially kids, you know, that we wanted to give kids some of their freedom and so forth. That, man, if you cannot control your kid's not the one to be riding that bike.
It's hard, going to Amador's point, and I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Nancy, I'm please, go ahead. No, please, yes.
I can wait. Officer Amador. If my 12-year-old son gets in a car and drives down Fairway Drive and you stop him, he gets a ticket because he's underage, he doesn't have a license. Soon as these vehicles end up on the roadways, wouldn't the police departments be allowed to round them up or whatever you gotta do? Grab them by the, you know, back of the shirt and write them a ticket? Even though they're underage, and then, of course, the parents have to deal with it. So it's a law enforcement issue, because truthfully, our committee, we really can't do anything. We can maybe have signs or post
PSA.
things and do that type of stuff. But you have the right as an officer to write them a ticket.
But is it illegal?
If you block the
No,
road.
yeah, yeah, they're blocking the road until we don't.
If you don't have a license,
Once we get there, they're nothing.
That's really the reality. That's really the reality.
Because they're not doing it in front of me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And
no.
I see them, and oh, there's a bunch of kids over there, and then they're passing by me just fine on the sidewalk, no problem. Oh, I can't do anything
Hey,
about that.
listen, you're 100% correct. They're not happening, it's not happening in front of you.
excuse me. I'm driving on Fairway. And maybe I'm speeding, maybe I do something wrong, maybe I didn't signal or whatever. Law enforcement violation I have committed. You can come and stop me. So why, I don't understand why you're having problems catching up with these kids.
No, it's
Well, if
because
they're
I
not
have to
doing it
see
in
them
front of
doing
you.
it. I have to see them doing it. I
Okay.
can't go by his word. Legally, I cannot go by
No, I
his.
know that part, I must.
It's gotta catch 'em in the
I
eye.
have to catch you in the eye.
Right,
What about lights?
there you are in a police car.
Yeah, at
and they
night,
see you.
at night.
No, but brake lights. You know, if you're riding around on the bike,
No,
You-
they're not required. They're not required.
I think there's no legislation.
Because
it's
unfortunately,
like motorcycles, man.
I
well,
know.
because unfortunately, because you have pedals, it doesn't come as a vehicle like a motorcycle.
Motorized.
But you
So-
can write them a ticket for being on a roadway. Because they really shouldn't be allowed on a roadway. If they don't drive,
Right,
they don't have
They can't be on the
licenses, they
street.
don't have lights.
They can be,
They're
on-
violating,
but they can be on the street.
Yeah, bikes
They
can be on the street.
It's just reckless, the reckless riding on the street, but they
It's
can be
back
on the
in
street.
act.
Taking
That's all
out
I'm saying.
the side of the.
So the next rule, you would tell me videotape. So you tell them?
Yeah, yeah.
Or call the police and just stay with them.
That's the number.
No, but I guess you have to videotape,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know? I
That's-
guess you have to videotape it. I mean, it's part about the only action that you have.
and keep in mind, this is spring break. We do
No,
the summer,
no,
and the summer's gonna be even more.
Listen, listen, this has happened to me before,
But, yeah,
with
yeah,
bikes. And with bikes, hey, you know what? Their kids gonna be summer,
right.
and I don't have as much of a problem with bikes as I do with this e-bikes. These things go 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, and roll, they're fast.
You know what I mean? And if you're somebody on the road going at 30 miles an hour, like I said, if you're pedaling, you're not gonna pedal 30 miles an hour for 20 minutes. That ain't gonna happen, buddy. You might pedal for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, that's it.
Right.
You know, because you're gonna get beat up. These things are going, and sometimes I get up early in the morning to go play golf. It's 5, 6, 7 o'clock, and I gotta be out on the lookout
Yeah, yeah.
for these e-bikes that have no lights.
One thing I think Deputy Amador will probably agree with me. We also have kids coming from our city from the north, from the south. Which is Hialeah, which I think our chair agrees. And they're just pretty much doing the same thing, instead of doing it in Hialeah, they come to us.
They're not off of the town.
They're not.
Yeah, and we know that. We know, but you still have to have the rules in the town.
And from Nancy's prospect, it happened to me once. I was at Chella's. I called a non-emergency line. The deputy was coming from Main Street and he saw them. When he reached out to me, he's like, I saw them, but they were doing okay.
if you have an
So it's
unlocked unit,
hard to catch them on the
No,
app.
you got a videotape.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think we gotta stay vigilant, you gotta call them on an emergency number, you gotta report it. And look, we're dealing with similar issues with the golf carts, part of this agenda is talking about golf cart safety.
Well, I'm glad you're bringing it up because,
Yeah,
like I said, I've been playing golf for a long time and I've seen guys going a canal.
Yeah.
They think that a golf cart is not a cart.
yeah,
They get drunk out there in the golf course. And the golf course is okay, you may not be on the road.
Yeah.
But those guys are still going into canals and, tearing apart golf courses
yeah,
and golf carts. And I know because I see it happen right in front of me. So, yeah, it's something that needs to be addressed. I know that we're a golf course friendly city, right? I understand that.
But a lot of people don't know the rules, and that's why we have to do a PSA for it.
Well, listen, thank you very much for
No,
having me here. I wanted to make sure
Yeah.
that I came by and I expressed my opinion. Good to see you. I
Yeah,
haven't seen you in a while. And for those of you that I don't know, Julio Sardinas,
Julio.
I'm sure that I might have seen you somewhere.
yeah,
And I've seen everybody here at some point.
yeah.
But thank you for your time.
No, thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
We love feedback from the community.
Thank you.
And an A, yes.
yes.
With an A, yeah, but you don't have that here in the US.
I'll give you an
Be
eight.
good, guys. Be good.
Take care.
All right,
Thank
thank you
you.
for coming, okay? All right, so, any public comments online?
No.
Okay, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, anything to report? Nothing.
I actually had I had a training with, for my dog rescue training, and Captain Hall was there coincidentally. Then, he spoke a little bit, and then, I explained to him that the whole thing with the open house. Obviously, he's open to it, but he only asked at the very least, maybe just because of the scheduling conflict and whatnot, summer school and what, if we maybe once a year is kind of what he said, would be a
Right.
little bit more, and we could get other people involved.
Right.
So,
No, and I don't know if I mentioned the last meeting, committee, but, when I reached out to Captain Williams in the fire rescue, who's in charge of, education, which by any stretch, the only reason why we're having this conversation is because of Darwin. He's the one that made all the connections there. But she actually was saying every 2 years. And I was telling her, hey, listen, I respect it. I understand it's a lot of work. But I think what's appropriate right now is let's not even talk about it in 2026. Let's talk about it in 2027. But once we start getting closer to January, February, we're gonna start reaching out to her and talking to her. That way the weather's nice and we can get it in January and February.
I think once a year is realistic, a little bit more realistic, right?
Perfect. So appreciate all your support.
That, and then the stuff that I sent you guys, just an idea, now that I'm back in the field. I've actually ran into quite a few stations
Murals.
with murals and specific to graffiti. I mean, I don't know if that's, but since it's inside the station, it's a lot easier, it's less red tape. At that point, it's just up to the station captain.
Right.
So, small world would have it, I will be at 64 on Thursday and Sunday.
Okay, cool.
So just covering for Captain Hall.
Okay,
So if anybody wants to come by and maybe that'd be at least to see more or less where we would do it
some coffee.
or coffee, stop by.
Whatever that was done.
I'm there for 24 hours. Thursday and Sunday I'll be on shift Thursday and Sunday.
I think he's trying to tell us he wants us to swing by and say.
Yeah, kill some time.
And on the way over, we like, Tom Mickey Bakery, you know.
Yeah. Chief Colon will be there also.
Oh, go on.
So, you know,
Big support of our committee.
What days are this again?
Thursday and Sunday.
This
This
week?
Thursday and Sunday.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll be at 64
okay.
The whole day?
on the platform, 24 hours.
Yes, sir.
Please do not call after midnight.
We're not calling.
Yeah, that's when I was gonna show up.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Caballero de los caballeros, Deputy Amdo.
Okay, so I have some stats for you guys today. So as of last week, we have 0 homicides year to date, and that's 0 for last year, the same, so we're good. We had 1 robbery, year to date, we're down by 1. Auto thefts, we're at 10, we're down by 1. A burglary commercials, we're at 0 and 0 last year also. Residential, we have 2, and those we're up by 2. We had none by this time last year, so. We're good, with the stats, except for early residentials, hopefully those don't continue to go up.
So let's talk about that a little bit. When it comes to residential, are these like, is there a particular area? Is there a particular time?
The thing about it is, residential burglaries are always, or most of the time, the same. It's gonna be, midday. Somebody is at work. That's, you know, I don't have to go into those to tell you that that's what happened.
Right.
Because even when people are out of town. And, you know, it's in the afternoon or something, it doesn't happen. It's midday. During those work times, you know, or you have people that are driving around, scoping out the houses. You know, they act like they're working in the neighborhood, and now they're scoping out, or they are working in the neighborhood, because that's the other problem. And we see a lot with the roofers. Roofing company comes out and they're there for 3 days, and then there's a residential burglary in the neighborhood.
Right.
Wow, the coincidence, right? It's definitely they're scoping out the houses. And not to say they're you know the only ones,
Right.
but that's a big one, because a lot of people are coming to that house,
Right.
to do the job. So there's a lot of different people.
Well, they call it friend, hey.
Yeah, they're there all day and they're legit, right? You're there
Yeah, but
on the roof all day for 3 days. You know what's going on then.
now there's been a lot of conversation, between, regular council meetings, I guess online, what's going on. They're really pushing hard for 305 sheriff. But 305 police is still a thing.
Yes,
Because,
and apparently it's not going anywhere, because it's been around for so long that it's a number that
It should not go.
it should
Yeah,
stay.
it should stay.
And then if somebody uses the number and they don't get anything and something happens, definitely the lawsuits are gonna come and they're gonna win.
Right.
Because it's a number that has been used for, right? So
we don't have to change, like right now, we have magnets, we have the PSA online on all the social media platforms. We can leave it at 305 police, right?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
Then,
You guys can, I'm sorry, because you're not the sheriff's department. We
okay,
have to rebrand everything.
Okay.
Everything.
all right, we're gonna leave it the way it is right now until we run out, of, magnets or whatever. Then the other thing is too, is that number legit that, Councilman Cuadra Garcia gave to Alejandro Sanchez, councilman, last meeting? That he, said a number out loud about call this number, you're gonna get a faster response time.
I don't know what that number is.
Okay. Because again, we're having this now on public record and people think that what he's saying is accurate. And I just want to make sure, fact check it as a town, that what he's saying is accurate.
If he gave that number to that council member
He said it on public and everybody heard it.
and that council member wants to use it and the people take it, that's what he did. He did that. He gave out a number. Now, I don't know what that number is. That number is not for us.
Okay.
I can tell you that.
All right.
I don't know what the situation is. But again, you gave, like you said, you gave it out on a public forum,
He's gonna own it.
he's gonna own it. But
Okay.
but that number is no good for us.
Okay.
Our numbers are 305 police,
And
305
305
sheriff, and 911. And it's not coming directly to us either, to the station.
Right.
And if there's a call for any type of service, it has to be to one of those numbers, because everything has to be recorded on a recorded line that can be used later on for legal purposes.
Understood.
You call a station is for a report that you have that you need to get a copy of, and any other thing, but for something that has to be reported and done and dispatched, it has to be 305 police.
Right.
305 sheriff or 911.
Right.
There's nothing else we have, because even for the, excuse me, even calling the station for somebody to go out to do a report is not a good one either, because the dispatch has certain questions that they need to ask, and again, for legal purposes, it has to go back to that.
Got it.
So and then what happens is people will call the station, we tell them, listen, you need to be referred to, it's a non-emergency, we're gonna give you this number. If it's an emergency and like it's something very fast that we didn't, okay, what's going on? Perfect, okay, well, I'll get you, I have some information right now, but you need to call 911.
Right.
Because if we can also get it ourselves, obviously it's good, but they still have to call 911. And then we'll start getting on our radios as the person is also contacting 911. Because they still need to have all those questions answered and the whole nine yards. It has to be on a recorded line. We don't have a recorded line.
Got it. Now, part of that regular council meeting, Councilman Sanchez was saying that he was on hold for a long time. If anybody approaches any committee members related to the same concern, I'm gonna give you the same answer that they gave me, that the major gave me, Gonzo, and the lieutenant, Iola said last meeting. If it's an emergency, you hang up, you call 911. It's a non-emergency line. You're gonna be on hold. If you call it at a time that it's busy, you're gonna be on hold. So that is just, I just want to reiterate that does happen. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So,
And if it's not an emergency and you say, you know what, I'm gonna hang up and call 911, the problem is now you're gonna refer back to the non-emergency, so you're off cue. If you were gonna be the next one, now you're number 10 again.
Right.
So it's just better to stay on and actually, get it through.
and like we told the resident Julio, if there's an issue that, you come across with a resident and they're like, hey, I was on hold, this and that, blah, 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 videotape, pictures, evidence. That way that can be used later on. So again, we are the best extension of the police department, the sheriff's office. So just stay in that again. Okay? Thank you, sir, for what you do. We appreciate you very much. Okay, so let's talk about the PSD logo. I'm gonna let our graphics designer lead this discussion, Johnny Flores.
Wow, nice.
Oh. I did a few, sent it to Carlos, and Carlos, with this, with that, I want this thing and this, so. Those are the three options. I like this one the most. I don't know what you guys want. It's those three, if you guys wanna vote on those, if you wanna do any other changes, we can do so also, but to be honest. Pretty much. What we guys needed, it was PSC, letters, Public Safety Committee, Miami Lakes. Something that tied up to the fire department, something that tied up to the police department. So, pretty sure we are within regulations, they're not gonna tell us no. We just need to see which one of those three you guys like and then go from there.
Yes, and so, all right, so for the record, this was done through, Johnny, and then we've given it to, the communications department, where according to what we got back from Claricel, the communications director last meeting, we cannot use the town seal. That's why we're talking about this again. So right now, this is strictly just, as you can see, Public Safety Committee, Miami Lakes. If you guys want to go, if you all are in a very tough decision, then we're gonna have to do a roll call. But we're gonna have to go one by one and figure out who wants 1, 2, or 3.
Correct, but if you guys see it doesn't have any violations or copyright, anything town related. I wanted to put something town related so it can tie it up to it, but the town said no, so that's why we That's what we do.
Correct. So if you want to, what we can do is, we can do this the car show way, not that it was really efficient when we were doing votes at the end of the day.
Of course it was.
On point.
Yes, yes, we can. All right, so what we're doing is, everybody, this is number one. This is number two, and this is number three. All right,
Now, let me see which is three.
so three is, I'm going in order of the page.
No, just let you know.
Hold
No,
on.
they're just saying the only thing that I took the on the bottom of the
Yeah,
page,
because
this was taken off.
It's number
But
three.
it's the same.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, but
No,
Yeah, it's-
one's got a black background, that's why.
No.
it's different.
Arnold, look at the difference.
No, but this one
This
is the
is the one
same,
that
the only thing it
is
doesn't have the
Oh, wait, that
page.
is this one.
Right.
This is
It's
number
number
4. This is the
four.
one I emailed you today.
This one is
Number
four,
4.
Yeah.
Number 4 is this
the
one right
white
here,
page.
on the white page.
Okay,
Okay. All right,
so number 4 is the
Okay.
same as number 3, the only difference is it doesn't have the same.
No,
There's some
spot.
okay, so now, if I can just, I mean, you know, Johnny, maybe you can, since you're so intimately involved, can you kind of explain to us what's the difference between 1, 2, 3, and 4, just to kind of give the group some context here?
Well, if you see number 1, it actually has the police star on the top. And then it has the fire and the fire fighting sheet on the back. And it got Public Safety Committee, Miami-Dade, PSC. It used to say Public Safety Committee, but Carlos wanted to, because everybody go by PSC, so that's why I did it that way. Then number 2 is pretty much, well, it was supposed to be, this one was supposed to be number 2, but we can put it as number 3. This one, it has the axis for the fire, and then a shield for the police. And then the other one has, it's the same thing, but without the axe for the fire.
Right. And then number 4 is.
And then number 4 is number 3, but they took away the bottom part that says safe.
And then the star also is removed. There's like the star and
Oh,
the other one, it's just a small star.
This one got a
Those are the
number
main
at all.
differences.
This is number 4.
That is number 4, yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah, well, the star was removed from the instant.
So let me
Right.
clarify.
Yes.
4 is on the white page.
Yes.
3 has got the hatchets at the
Yep.
top.
Right.
2 and
2 has got the star at the top,
enough.
and 1, okay.
Number them, number them.
Actually, you know
All
what?
right, I did it
I like-
right, okay.
I like this one because it has everything that was
Ew.
requested, police star and firefighter.
Yeah,
shield.
the Maltese cross.
And it says Public Safety Committee, says Miami-Dade. But you guys can vote with however you guys want. So-
Now, if you guys want to, what might make the vote easier is, we can cross one out. One that people don't like at all, that way we don't even consider. Yeah, you wanna do
That
that?
sounds too easy.
That's the process of elimination, baby? Yes, ma'am.
If number 1 is liked by the majority, the only thing I don't like about number 1 is the PSC in different colors. Make it one color
We can do
and leave it at
We
that,
can put it in blue.
and I would consider number
We
1.
can put it in blue. The reason I did the
That's the only reason why I don't like 1.
the only reason I did the red was because we wanted to do police and fire, so kind of like
Oh, I see, yeah.
but it can be all blue, doesn't matter.
Does anybody like number 2? So I can just take it
No,
off.
that one can be taken. off.
You like it?
Because how
That's
you-
the one that I
Oh, you like
like. But I mean, if it's only one, you gotta get rid of it.
Yeah.
Alright, so
I
number,
say get
so
rid
num-
of 1.
alright, so number
You like
2.
that one?
Number 2, okay, we only have one vote for number 2? Okay, alright, no, but state to which one, this is for what you, what,
You can't switch.
Which one I got you, okay, no.
I'm trying to help out the group
I
here.
understand,
Our process of elimination, so unfortunately, Mr. Pena is by himself on this one, sorry, bud.
That's okay.
Alright, so number 2 is out,
And so was number 1, yeah?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, yeah.
So we're stuck between,
1, 3, and 4.
alright. Now, maybe this might work, Johnny, I don't know, maybe I'm confusing the group, but if you were to. I don't know, this is gonna confuse things, never mind. All right.
We were narrowing things down, so we were on the right track.
Okay, fine, so I'll continue. It seems like there's some people in this group that like number one, so let's try to narrow down 3 and 4. Who likes 3?
Well, I'm going with one.
Stay with one.
Well, hold on a second. We're saying who likes. If you're saying 1, then you don't raise your hand. Who likes number 3?
So we're gonna cross that one out.
All right, cross that one out. All right, so we're stuck with number 1 and 4.
No, I thought we liked number 3 because we're keeping it.
Yeah, but there's only 2 of us, so,
I'm with possible elimination, now we take a vote.
so now we're down to 1 and
So now we're down to 1. Now I think it's better for us to make a decision, because now we're down just to 2.
So may
Isabella's loving this.
alright, so, hear me out. If we could do the Maltese cross, you see how you have the top?
Mhm.
And we could finish, so it should be, basically, these are correct, this should be on the bottom. And my suggestion is we eliminate the public safety committee, because we have it here already.
Okay.
So basically complete the Maltese cross, which encompasses fire. The 5-point sheriff star is perfect, and just get rid of the public safety committee.
Which one are you
So
talking?
basically, that's what
Which
you
one are you
need.
talking about?
That one.
So if you could see how he's got the Maltese cross here?
Right.
So basically have that down here also. And get rid of, since we have public safety committee, get rid of this, and I would do that.
I don't like the PSC in different colors.
Well, that can be fixed.
That-
We can fix that, Nancy, but I'm saying, see how it's repetitive? You have public safety committee here, and I agree as again.
I agree with that, Don.
I actually agree with that.
I agree with that.
And complete the Maltese cross.
Okay.
Basically, and then.
Okay,
that'll-
so technically he's jumping a step. But let's take a vote on. Okay, let's do this. Who is going for number? Oof. I'm
Wait,
kinda stuck here.
First mention the, are we talking about all 4 right now?
No,
You eliminated which one?
3 and 4, we're down.
We're down to 1 and
So now we're taking a vote on these 2,
1
and
and
then we can talk about edits after.
1 and 4.
1 and 4.
One and thought
Okay.
that's what I was getting.
So now, we're gonna do a roll call. Okay, again, guys, 1 and 4, all right? Roll call, Nancy, what's your vote?
1.
1. George,
1.
Louis,
1.
Johnny,
1.
Darwin,
1.
Gene.
1.
Carlos. And I'm 45, so. Okay, so now we're down to 1. This is how we do it, these things here.
So we got 1.
All right, so now we talk about edits. So now to the point of what Darwin is saying. Now, and let me make sure, Mr. Johnny, that I'm saying this correctly. Can we get rid of this? Like, in other words, there seems to be multiple layers of things here. Can we just have the cross?
Yeah, we can do the cross and then we can do
So in that case, then it would just be the cross, and behind it, we're not including these layers.
correct.
Those layers go away. So it's just a cross in the background, Public Safety Committee, Miami Lakes, and then Nancy.
And the
does not-
PSC is gonna be in blue, right?
Yes, Nancy, you want it all in blue, PSC?
Well, we've got the S in red for the fire department. I don't want to leave them out. But,
Yeah, but in reality, because we have.
Yeah, they have the.
you got all the red.
Yeah, they have all the
Yeah.
others.
So
So we can
all
put
in
it up.
blue PSC. That's about,
In that blue, right? That,
I'm fine with that.
in that blue will be okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because my issue is it looks like the 76ers logo right now. I don't, so that's kind of where I'm okay with blue.
Are you guys okay with like that, public safety committee and the Miami Lakes, or you want Miami
You
Lakes
want
on
some-
top?
Yeah,
Miami Lakes?
well, I'll put it like,
Committee.
I put it like that because
You like Miami Lakes?
Miami Lake usually goes on the bottom.
Okay.
Put it that way.
So the only change we're making with 1 is the S to.
Do you want to
blue.
add comma FL, Miami Lakes, comma Florida, or no?
No,
No, okay, cool, no problem. We can do that.
You guys wanna keep the stars? The 2 stars?
But you wanna,
Yeah.
that can be.
Yeah,
removed.
like-
No, yeah.
Yeah, I like the
The stars are cool.
Stars look really neat.
Committee, yeah.
so my understanding is the only change is changing that S
Yeah.
to blue.
got it on
Well, no, we're finishing the Maltese cross. That's what it looks like. So if you notice,
These
look at
PSC
the,
members can't
look at
spell.
the bottom.
All right.
got it on point.
Before you approve something.
Yeah, okay, so we're talking about, here's the edits, I'm saying them out loud. We're gonna just put the cross in the background. There is not gonna be public safety in the back. Okay, it's just gonna be you said Maltese?
Maltese cross.
Maltese cross in the background, and then we're gonna see PSC is gonna be all in blue.
Mhm.
Okay, are we leaving the red rim? That's fine with the red rim, 2 gold stars is cool?
Yeah.
All right, that's it. So the motion passes, this
You
is gonna be,
you have them getting rid of this, right? Public.
Yes.
Committee.
so all you're gonna have is the Maltese cross in the background. Then you're not gonna have no words in the Maltese cross at all.
Correct.
And then it's just gonna say PSC,
Correct.
all in blue,
Mhm.
and that's it. That's it. I mean, when you really think about it, it's, I don't have my logo, but it's actually kind of almost similar to what we have now, just a much cooler version.
Okay, so you made the motion.
Well, technically, we all voted for it, so how about this, Mr. Johnny Torres made the motion.
And you're gonna second it?
I'll second it.
And it's gonna be with the corrections that we specified.
That is correct. So we're approving option 1 with edits mentioned. Okay, so option 1 with edits mentioned, okay? And we can say to be a little more, you spell that Maltese like the dog, right?
Yeah,
M-A-L-T-E-S-E.
Maltese, Maltese.
Maltese cross
Yes.
with no PSC and PSC in blue font. And that is JP, seconded by CA. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Okay.
against?
Mention the corrections again, Maltese cross and what?
Maltese cross only in back with no PSC and PSC in blue. The PSC you could put in parentheses, PSC, the acronyms of our committee. Okay, I think everybody is very happy with the new logo. We can move on. Okay, Emily's looking at me. So let's talk about something that we have going on. He's like, what's going on? All right.
Who made the motion? He did. and
Mr.
Span-
John, and I
second.
seconded. Yeah. All right, guys. So let's talk about this back to nature. This event has morphed into something bigger than it was supposed to be. And I don't know why. I think I have that infamous reputation. All right. So what has happened with this event, which I believe will be a very good one, is that we now have several people involved that are vendors. Okay, so we have Shred Force, which will be the vendor that essentially what we were opposed, because it was a public safety initiative for people to shred documents the proper way that could lead to, white collar crimes. When I was speaking to Shred Force, he says, hey man, if you want this event to be successful, you should have other vendors involved. Because I've done this for other municipalities and it worked out wonderfully. So reached out to a company named eScrap. eScrap is a company that you can recycle batteries and appliances with, and some other things. Now, it didn't stop there. He says, hey, you should get someone to donate clothing. I reached out to Goodwill and I have a new name for them. They're called Badwill. Okay, they are absolutely horrendous to deal with. I couldn't get a hold of anybody. And I was quite disappointed because they are our go-to in the town, and this town has donated a lot. In fact, I just got a call back today, but at this point it's too late. So I already reached out to a few organizations, and by the way, Goodwill is not the only one. I reached out to some other ones that were also impossible to get hold, including Camilla's house. But I did reach out to one, which coincidentally I got a postcard, and they've been always great, which is the Vietnam. The VVA is their acronym. I'm sure you've seen the trucks that go around and pick up your furniture, and they pretty much agreed to do it. And they literally say in their postcard, we need clothing.
That's true.
Okay, so I reached out to them. They were super responsive. They're dealing with dispatch now in Miami for this area to be part of this event. So with this event, the idea is it's going to be a Saturday, April 18th from 9 to noon. The idea is that you're gonna have, if you guys can visualize it, you have a meadow walk, or I think it's, meadow walk. You have the farmer's market that runs north to south. And then the parking lot where Dr. Labrada is, the dentist, which is behind El Novillo. That parking lot along the street, we're gonna have parking spaces that are gonna be open, right? I don't know, did we talk about this? Funny enough, I printed it for the other committee, I didn't print it to my own committee. remember the street drawing, how it's gonna go?
Oh, yeah.
That was my fault. So what's happening is that
Yeah.
we want people, and we're gonna need the committee members, all right, like Louis or maybe one of the guys to have cars come in. The cars are gonna come in through the same remember the entrance that we had blocked for the car show? They're gonna come in through there. And they're gonna drive through the parking lot, drop off their goods. We're gonna have volunteers, we're gonna have kids that help out. And then, we'll have people drop off their things and they exit by that same street where, Meadow Walk is. People can park and go across the street if they wanna shop at, our Main Street merchants, or they wanna, shop at the farmer's market. But yeah, that's essentially the event. I even spoke to Miami-Dade County. They've agreed, Solid Waste has agreed to come out in their mobile, unit, which gives out some freebies and talks about recycling. And the whole idea is that, oh, look, thank you, Isabella. So you see her screen right there? That's the whole idea. If you kind of see it, I know it's kind of glare with the screen, but it has the entrance of people, how they drive in and how they leave. Okay? So the whole idea is, listen, I don't know what the turnout's gonna be for this event. I have no clue. All right? The only thing is that the one thing that I want to talk about is that the two vendors that are Shred Force and E-Scrap, one of them, they said, look, so we're paying people overtime. Can the town pay us $200, okay, for each, company? Now, what I did is I went up to the committee of neighborhood improvements, which technically we're partnering with for this event. And I said, hey, listen, guys, can you assist? Because technically this is a joint, venture. And their response was, look, we have no money. We're gonna ask for it, because essentially they're asking for $200. Because the total cost is 400, they're asking for 200. So what I think is, and as a committee, I think that we take the motion for the 400. And hopefully they get their approval for the 200. I don't see how they will not, and they'll pay us back. But what I wanna make sure about before we take any motion, I wanna talk about two things. I wanna talk about response from this committee, what you all feel about this event. And then the other one is, I wanna talk about, the carry forward, because there is money that we're supposed to be getting from the prior fiscal year that is supposed to come in now. Not sure if it's reflected in this budget. But I wanna first hear the committee's thoughts about this event. What your thoughts on it?
Can you mention the two vendors again? E-Force and what's the other one?
E-Scrap and Shred Force. They're on the flyer. So if you wanna look at the bottom, they're there. So again, it's funny because when I went up to a neighborhood, was like, how is this public safety? And I'm like, yeah, I know. It became a public safety thing, and now it became more of a, an event for, let's just call it, Earth Day, slash, good opportunity for residents to recycle their clothes and house goods.
Is this gonna be like the final flyer? Because you mentioned something about batteries, right?
Yeah, the flyer needs to be expanded more.
Okay,
There's too much words here, so we need to kind of maybe put some bullet points.
yeah, because there's nothing with batteries on here.
Yeah, like recycled batteries.
Yeah, so people know what's
Right,
available.
and maybe what works is, maybe we just make a motion for me to work with Isabella, just so I can give her some of the things that I'm getting from the website, from these different vendors. By all means, I wanna hear from the committee what your thoughts are.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned E-Scrap and Shred Force. Is it one or the other, or it could be both?
I both have them committed.
They are both
They are both
committed.
committed, yes, from 9 to
Okay,
11,
so it's and.
yes, two different companies. And Shred Force, if it sounds familiar, is because he was one of the sponsors for our car show. So what do you guys think? You hate the idea, you like the idea? No, it's good.
You said we have both,
Say it again?
Yes,
we can have both.
Yeah. No, the whole idea is that, it's funny because the way he said it to me, he's like, for example, I think he said Village of Palmetto Bay, there's like a parking lot, and they have even more stuff. They even have a company that recycles the liquids, like oils and stuff like that. And I reached out to that company, and that company was like, hey, listen, we gotta charge you because it's heavy, like the stuff is heavy, we gotta carry it. And this is like the minimum we can charge. And I'm like, look, not interested. We can't, as it is, I don't wanna spend anything on this. All of a sudden I'm out. Which, by the way, technically, for example, George at Shred Force, he was saying that he charges any other municipality $1,200. Minimum of 4 hours. 3 hours at $400 an hour. So he's giving us a huge deal because he's a Miami Laker, and he's a supporter of our committee. Obviously, this is the second event we're working with.
400 an hour.
Because imagine, imagine I go right now as an accountant and I have a box of financial statements that are, client sensitive information. I pay $40 for that box. To shred. So. What are we thinking, boys and girls? You like the idea? You think it's cool?
It's good.
Well, I think two. It's great because you could put them.
Well, sending you three. There's one here. The one that's not here is the Vietnam folks. The Vietnam are the ones that are gonna accept all the clothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? About the Vietnam organization? So, okay. I mean, technically speaking, has the town ever done this before? Is it?
I don't think so.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think so.
so. But since I've been here, definitely. not.
Okay, cool. Big deal on it.
On the Vietnam, it's just donating clothing.
Yeah, they're the
Is
ones
there
that,
anything they don't accept?
imagine it, they're the ones that I picked up when I have gotten a new bedroom set. They even picked it up. I doubt people are gonna show up that day with a bedroom set behind their truck, but you never know. So I wanna be careful because he even was telling me, can I put a trailer in there? And I said, buddy, I don't want you guys to commit a trailer for something I have no idea how it's gonna go. I say you just bring your truck that you normally see when you're driving down the road, and we'll have the volunteers collect clothing. Did you make, are you now in Junior Honor Society, Emily, or no?
You got picked, so you will,
Okay,
now in April.
and April, okay, because if you need community service hours, we've opened it up to the younger folks, if you wanna volunteer, so. Just so you know,
There you go.
yeah,
There's a registration desk. It's gonna be a registration or check-in or anything.
we're all gonna be in that parking lot, all of us, like helping people, like getting stuff out of the
Yeah, but when
car.
they first get there and they wanna know where they have to go and whatever.
Yeah, I'm
You
trying
know.
to make this simple and hopefully it's,
Well, okay, I come with a bunch of stuff
yeah,
and I wanna know where's my location? Who do I come and ask? I can't go finding just you,
no, we're all.
unless you have a registration desk or someplace for them to check in.
Yeah, technically speaking, we're all gonna be that big with boots on the ground. So yes, I don't, we can get you a table, a desk, whatever. Although the whole idea is we wanna make sure that as Isabella showed on our screen, people are kind of flowing in. There's gonna be people that are not flowing in that way, for sure. And then at that point, it's gonna be Dolan saying, hey, you gotta go this way, you gotta come back around, or George saying, hey, this. Or Gene trying to chase them, because he's trying to chase everybody, chase the guys in the lights, and he's gonna chase them to make sure they go down the right way. So, yes. That'd be the way to get around.
So there's no registration desk, there's going to be us,
Us,
committee
just-
members, committee members,
Yeah, getting them spun
directing
on.
people where to go.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, so now, I think that's the commentary I got. Now let's talk about budget over here. So I'm assuming this budget does not include the, what is it called? The carry forward is not on.
That hasn't happened yet, no.
Okay. So what I suggest we do, committee, is that we just front the bill for the 400. And then hopefully, neighborhood improvements can pay us back the 200. If not, what we're gonna do is, and this is what I told the neighborhood improvements committee, we have a joint venture with them. We're doing a public service announcement for their new, their life rings on all the lakes. And I said, guys, for whatever reason, if you all can't pay us back, that PSA that we agreed to it, I believe, last meeting. They have to pay for the whole thing. So they'll have to get sponsorship, because that was also a breakup of $200 each person. So at that point, the $200, they have to pick up the whole bill, or if there is no money, then we don't do it. At that point, so, so in that case, then. I make a motion for $200 to be paid to E-Scrap and $200 to be paid to Shred Force, for a total of $400 for the event Back to Nature. Okay. So $200 E-Scrap and $200 Shred Force.
A second,
All right, so we have Carlos, and then we have Nancy Rogers. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? None. Okay. Now, the other thing is, to work on this flyer, what we need to do here is just to kind of just bullet point some of the things from the websites. So I can just work with you, Isabella, on getting you that information that I have.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, now let's talk about, let's talk about relaunching the yard signs. Okay, so here's the good news. We just approved the logo. That's the good news. Now, let's talk about other good news. Other good news is that we have now the sign, if I can find it on here, over here, we have it with a cow, a duck, a child, and a dog.
I mean, what happened to us the other day was what? Bus on the road.
Yeah.
And the first thing was that car left us in ducks.
Tell you guys. So the whole
Is
idea.
it gonna be yard sign?
Yes, so here's the thing, if the previous committee meeting, we already approved $150 for $982. The only thing that we were waiting for was three things. We were waiting for approval of a logo, we just did that. I was gonna speak to the town planner, Susana Alonso, she's pretty much given it the blessings. And then the third thing was for the Claricel to agree to our logo. I don't think any problem will come out of our logo. I don't see how our logo is actually that much different than what we have right now. It's just a little more modernized. So what we need to do for the proper posture is to take a vote on this sign, and then when they come in, I think what we should do is, as a committee, we should map out where to put it. Because I'm getting a lot of complaints, and I'm sure Deputy Amador is getting a lot of complaints about Miami Lakeway, south and north speeding. Your house, getting a lot of complaints of people speeding. I want to say through 154 Miami Lakes Drive,
Yeah.
speeding there. We have issues there. And then we have also too, I mean, don't forget, we got a lot of streets down there, like 82nd. I don't know if you have a lot of speeding in 82nd, 87 for sure. I know you got speeding because
The majority of the complaints coming from 87, 82nd, not so much.
Number 87 and
87.
87.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, because I know that you brought up last time, the golf cart should not be in that road.
that's part of something, and in all honesty, committee, I've spent so much time with this back to nature that I haven't gone to the golf.
I know,
I'm gonna get on the next.
The other day, they almost took one of them because it was a car super speeding or kind of crazy. So.
Yeah, so do we have a motion on the table? Do we have a motion to approve this sign, or do we have any commentary?
I have a question.
Absolutely, no.
There was something you just said you wanted to add or would have added to this.
No, we're done. Unless people have, unless anybody has an issue here with
Yeah,
it.
but didn't you just say there was something that you wish you had included?
No, I think we're good.
I think he was just talking about the logo's gonna be updated with how we just voted for it.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, that's that part. Before we vote on this, I have a question regarding signs as well, so I feel like the two have to dovetail.
yes,
Remember the drive like your kids live here
Yeah.
signs? There's a few left. There seem to be more stands than signs, because a lot of times people put them certain places, but we need stands. Or, and again, I wanna dovetail this with what we're voting on here, but does the committee still wish to keep those signs? Or to let these signs take the place of the others? And then, because we're at a point where we need more. If we're gonna keep using the red and white signs. If we wanna table it for another time, see how our money goes, whatever, we can do that too, but I wanted to bring it up at this meeting. That we do have some signs left over. We can't be nailing them to trees, they have to be used with the stands. Or people can put them in their windows if their window is facing, let's say, a busy parking lot type thing. But it's something that I wanted to bring up, and especially now because we are talking about signs again.
the whole idea is that these signs will be the complete replacement of the red sign.
Okay, great,
Yes, and that's why,
great.
and again, why? Because here, the message is so clear. I don't need you to read
Well,
it.
you got your pictures here of
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, so,
I'm not nuts about the cow.
yeah, the cow's the best one. So, I make a motion to approve the yard sign. Do I have a second?
I second,
Whoever.
I didn't hear.
All right, Nancy Rogers, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any against? None. Okay, very quickly, Law Enforcement Awareness Month. I do need to get together with, the deputies, to discuss. I know we have, what I was told was that the chief did confirm. But we need to, send that all over to the Miami Lakes Chamber so that we can start advertising that. I mean, we still got a month, we still got April, but we have to get that. Now, if we can, please, Isabella, if we can have, some confirmation with town, if we can use any of the town's seats on the table.
Okay.
Yeah, last time we didn't, everybody decided to go. You know, the other thing is too, I did run into somebody, Amador, that knows you from your department that has the service dogs. You know, I'm almost hesitant to ask for the service dogs for the chamber event. I almost think that, I don't know, if we wanted to throw a little twist to do the service dogs for the coffee of a cop. I don't know if you wanna.
I like it more for the coffee with a cup, because the chamber thing is more of a.
Professional thing.
It's
More
more
formal.
formal,
Yeah.
But the service dogs don't drink coffee, so.
So I don't know, something that maybe you wanna, it was a female that I spoke to at the Egg Venture event for Senator Rene Garcia.
Okay.
Yeah, and the dog was a huge hit, you know, so
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be kind of cool. I mean, we gotta figure out, guys, if you know people that do homeschooling, let's send them the invitation, you know, so we can get some of the homeschooling kids at the Coffee Over Cup event.
The town has, whenever they have. The kids come out for a quick presentation here in the town, they're always homeschoolers because it's during the day. And the town sets that up, you know, they get a presentation of the town
Right.
facilities and our section. Maybe the town can provide information or send them the information so that they know what's happening. And I don't think they're gonna wanna give you guys their direct information, but maybe the town can send them something. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know that we do it every year with a few different groups and it's quite a.
No, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, so we'll have to go ahead, and then the other one is too, Darwin, that I was approached by the Zonta Club. Do you know who they are?
Yes, sir.
So they approached me to be their guest speaker for May.
Okay.
And I thought it would be great to have two handsome gentlemen join me, since I'm not that good looking, you and Deputy Amador. You know, since you're the fire department, and we'll have Deputy Amador representing, you know, PD. And anybody else that wants to show up, you know, just the whole idea is to, you know, get some words in, you know, from both of you guys. I think it'll be fun. So I'll get you more information. I think it's like, I forget what it is, May something. It's the last Thursday in the month. So I just wanted to put that on your radar. So then, so then Amador, we need, I guess, submit the ticket in for the, you know. Or you want me to do it, or, you know, I know it's the cap at MDSO, I think it is the email for the service dogs for the copy of a cop.
We just need to know where, I can send the email.
Oh, that's right, we need to talk about where to.
Yeah, where to, and I'll send an email right after
Okay,
that.
all right, so we gotta make a decision by latest next week. We gotta,
Yeah.
okay.
You're looking at the May Chamber of Commerce something?
Yeah.
How many spots are you hoping?
We want the whole committee there.
The entire,
Yeah, I think it's gonna be, I think the answer's gonna be no. I just have a feeling.
yeah,
But we'll figure it out.
Okay.
I mean, technically, I'm a board member now, so maybe I need to give Ray a hard time about us, you know, supporting the committee. So,
I apologize, everybody. Can I ask you, for a quick question and vote perhaps, reopen the slow down signs,
okay,
please? Okay. How many are we ordering?
right?
I didn't hear anything about the signs, the holders.
Yeah, they're.
Where are these going? And we're not allowed to nail them to trees.
Yeah, so the whole idea is that we need production time, right? So we need to get them out. So we agreed last meeting for $150 for $982. That includes the sticks. And the whole idea is, would I love to get them and start putting them out there? Yes, but I think as a committee, we should probably figure out what we want to put up. All right, and I think we need to also work with NDSO and them to figure out where they think they should go, because they're out there in the street all the time.
So the $982 is for how many?
150,
For 150
yes.
cards, we'll call them, signs with stands.
Yes, ma'am.
So it includes both,
Yeah.
150 signs
The other sign,
with stands, because
put in all the pocket parks.
Right.
And if there's any left over, then we might be able to put them in other areas where we're allowed.
But here's the thing, what's tricky about that, and that's why I wanted to make sure we talk about it, and we should start thinking about this as this is in production. If you put them all at pocket parks, guess what's gonna happen? They're all gonna be on the east side of Miami Lakes. Because we have a lot more pocket parks on the west side. So you have to be able to say, okay,
Well, we put the more popular pocket parks
yeah,
between both sides.
yeah, like for example, I live on Dade and you have one right there in Palmetto Pond. It's right there. Are they both main streets? Yeah, but there's another pocket park on Willow Lane, which
Yeah,
is
that's
around.
interior.
That's, so we gotta figure out like, and again, I think we gotta hit up the main streets, man. We gotta put Miami Lakeway, you gotta do Miami Lakes Drive.
And the popular pocket parks.
Usually when I receive a complaint directly, the people are very upfront. And they don't care about it being known that they made the complaint. But if I could receive some and have them so that I can offer that as something that, listen, the first thing we can do is I can go by your place and I can put a sign in your yard, right, saying slow down, and then we can go from there.
That'll be
I
great.
think the majority of people will say yes.
No, you should definitely keep fueling in your truck, for sure.
You're talking about the sign still. now.
Yes, ma'am.
It's still open.
Goodness.
We
No,
all
not for
agree
the sign.
Fairway Drive is more like Speedway Drive. It's all homeowners associations with walls. I don't see any place that you can put these signs without, and you can't just put them on the trees.
No, you put it on the swale. Town property.
And we don't need to get permission with the town to put them on the swales.
I did, I
Who's-
just did it with the town plan. I went to Susana Alonso.
All right, well, they're cutting grass and doing whatever they're
Yeah.
doing there. I don't want them taking the signs down.
No, and listen, they do it, well, we will report it to Jeremy. If they do it, we'll report it to Jeremy. He's in charge of their contract.
Okay.
All right, so yeah,
So they can go up
Yeah.
on Fairway.
yes, sir.
In regards to luncheon,
Yeah.
don't worry about me, because I'm going to become a member.
Oh, you're gonna, okay, good.
So I'll be,
But you still have to pay lunch.
yeah,
Remember.
no, I know that.
Yeah, this is so, okay.
No, don't worry about that. I've been reading about that.
Okay.
No, I've been reading about that.
All right, cool.
And now you have to close.
No, we're done.
No, you
Well-
have to close. We reopened.
No, I didn't think about on it.
Okay.
Yeah, we just did it not long. Okay, but golf cart safety video, I gotta get on it. All right, so I'm gonna be getting on it and then I gotta work with Eola on that. So we can start getting golf cart. I mean, Ghani's ready and the Miami Lakes golf cart community is ready. It's just a matter of us getting together.
Gotta sit down, have a meeting
Yeah,
and
And
fish
hammer
out
it out.
exactly what it is that we're gonna talk about. And then go from there.
well, I told Ghani, a lot of it is gonna be visual effect, because he needs to be able to show the viewer the streets that are non-conforming. 87, 67,
Right.
57, so, all right. Cars for Heroes, 11/14/2026, guys. All right, that's a Saturday in November. We need to start having the conversation sooner than later. The whole idea is, we gotta start having, the sponsorship forms generated, who's gonna sponsor. If we're gonna do it the same way as last year with the vendors, so just as you guys are, I don't know. Doing what you're doing, just give yourself a note on your phone, all right, and then figure it out, so the things you wanna put together.
Would it be, wise to do a special call meeting or whatever we call those?
Oh, yeah, for
things,
sure.
But just that subcommittee meeting, that's what I'm asking, I guess.
At some point, we have to get
You
involved.
can't do it with one of our regular meetings, there's not enough time,
No, I know.
so you're gonna have to have a.
Probably during the summer, starting June, we probably need to start having the subcommittee stuff. Yeah, let's start doing it. Do we know if the Veterans Parade, when it's confirmed already?
Hold on. Right now, we have it scheduled for the 8th.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Perfect. So that's not even there. All right, so then that's good. It doesn't trip up with us. All right, now, something really quick before I go on to new business. Isabella, when we talk about some of the bullet points for this, we can start marketing it now, right? Because I know now it's not marketed yet.
No, we just have it on the website with the volunteer link, but not the flyer itself. We haven't advertised it yet.
Wonderful. Okay, new business, swimming lessons. All right, we gotta reach out to I got a confirmation that it is Miami-Dade County that owns that pool in PSN,
Okay.
right? So we need to figure that out and get that on the books.
So what are we looking for? Because I can actually, this week, I can actually go and get more information.
The whole idea is this, we wanna be able to have an event where we can invite residents to, where we know there's gonna be an instructor there. And it's a day shooting lessons.
Okay.
Now, the key thing, what's tricky here is the following. When do you finish school, Emily?
Oh, what do you,
When's your last day?
Last day of school?
I think it.
June sixth, right?
It's the first week of June, I
Yeah,
believe.
first week of June.
Yeah, so then we have to figure out, if we do it after that. No one's gonna show up. It's a good possibility, everybody's gonna be on vacation.
Doesn't the Red Cross put on swimming lessons for free?
No, there's a bunch of organizations do it for free. It's just a matter of us pushing and making it a kind of that.
Yeah.
So we can get people out.
Okay.
You know, so it's just a matter of like, we gotta start thinking, like, we have to technically make a decision. By latest next meeting. Like, when we're gonna have it. And how are we gonna, market it? I think it'll be very successful.
The first weekend after school ends, that week, I think schools end on Wednesday, you could do it on a Saturday.
The only concern I have is that everybody leaves.
Maybe not right away.
Yeah,
Maybe by the second weekend, people start going, but I think the first weekend, or do it the weekend before school ends.
can we put a hold?
Can we do flyers or something and put them as a
We're
school?
looking at a Saturday, so would that be May 30th,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because I think school ends the
School
first
ends
week of June,
Okay.
so the weekend before.
Do you guys think that the week after June sixth is gonna be, you're gonna lose a lot of people? I kind of feel that.
Well, let's do it the weekend before then, because
What's the head count that you're shooting for?
as many as possible.
Listen, public safety committee is getting into all these new things.
Because the thing is, I get that, because if I go there and I tell them, hey, so this is what we wanna do, we wanna have an instructor, and then they turn around and be like, well. An instructor can actually do 10 swimmers at a time.
Well, think about it this way. How many people does Bermuda's get for that self-defense class?
He's filling up the class.
Oh, no, the guy for the,
10?
No, bro, they're filling up the class.
the one with the ladies?
Yeah.
No, they get a lot.
25, I
Yeah, they
think.
get like,
So
actually 30.
I would think that we're gonna get similar turnout to what he gets.
Okay,
That's what I think. I think it's gonna be like 25, 30 kids.
okay. No,
But it's
because-
true what he says, an instructor
Because-
could probably only do a certain
Because
number.
I used to teach swimming,
Oh, cool.
and
Oh, that is-
And more than, when you have more than 5 kids, it's a pain to get them all, okay, but it's over here and then one by one, so that's why we need to have like a head count, so I can tell them, look. We're shooting for this amount of people, and then they'll tell me, okay, in that case, we need this amount of instructors.
There's
and
kids,
they go from
30,
there.
30 should be a good number.
I would say tell them 30 kids.
Okay.
And look, I plan to get in the pool too and help out. And you were an instructor, even better.
Yeah, I can jump in.
I mean, this guy, we have a freaking diver in the,
There you go.
Where are your little floaties?
Floaties and then.
You can't wear your speedos. you have to wear-
No.
I don't want to traumatize kids.
Okay, so in that case, then we gotta, does the committee wanna block May 30th?
Yes.
All right, let's take a motion for that. Swimming lessons on 5:30.
I'll forget that.
All right, seconded by Gene Rodriguez. All in favor, say aye. Okay,
What is the patient time that you're thinking?
PSN pool?
ESM pool, I guess, that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's,
And it'll be a morning,
Saturday morning,
Yeah, morning.
nine
the
to
most,
9 to 10,
yeah,
9 to 11.
1 hour class.
Yeah.
Who,
Okay,
who made the motion and who seconded?
me and seconded by Gene Rodriguez. Okay, so then, so that's for that. Now, there is gonna be a video at some point that we gotta do with some safety tips. For the same stuff that we have going on with these knuckleheads, with these e-bikes. We gotta do something. What we did last year, as you all remember, it was a flyer that was put on the Miami Lakers. It generated maybe a little bit of buzz. I heard some things about it, but I think a PSA would do a lot more buzz. So we gotta start thinking about that. I'm not too highly right now, we gotta get golf cart one first, and then I can talk about that one later on, but again.
We gotta reach the parents, because the kids don't care. So
Yeah,
we gotta do something where the parents will see it and maybe they'll mention it to their kids.
Instagram, that's where you're gonna hear about it.
But we need to do that because on Sunday night, there was a kid on a golf cart by my street. And I don't know what they're doing with those golf carts nowadays, but that kid was flying.
Oh, yeah.
Down that road. And he lost control and he hit a park van and the kid flipped over. And he got hurt, like they had to take him to the hospital. But the kid, if that golf cart would have flipped, he would have left the scene because he hit the car here and 2 houses down, he
Yeah.
lost control of the slip. So he was on the way to, but then the kid was really hurt. But it was a kid, it was like 16-year-old kid. He should not be in the golf cart at that time, speeding down the road, so.
There was one on Fairway with 4 young kids, I'd say younger.
Yeah.
Like younger than 12. 4 of them on a golf cart on Fairway riding up and down the other day.
No, we
They're
have,
just running loose.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about traffic rules. They don't have to have a driver's license. Parents aren't with them. There's no adult with them. They're just out there like they stole the thing and were riding
Yeah,
crazy.
and they don't have information, like the other day, there was a guy in 87 and I lower my window, and go like, you do know you cannot be in this one. He's like, yes, I can, go like, no, you
They don't know anything.
get educated, you cannot be in this one, this one is a Miami-Dade street, so you cannot be in this. Oh, how I'm gonna make it from 164 to 170, and go like, well, you gotta go through the neighborhood, but you cannot take 87.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
what, and not even that, at that point, he's not a Miami-Dade, he's a Miami-Dade County road. That's it, right?
Yeah.
It's a 170 outside of Miami-Dade.
Well,
Yeah.
now technically, this side belongs to Miami Lakes.
Right,
That's
but
the
if he's
problem.
past 170, he's.
No,
outside
yeah,
Miami-Dade.
he's half 170, he's out of luck, but
Yeah,
Officer Amador, if I see this young group of kids, like I said, 4 of them on this golf cart on Fairway. None of them look old enough to have any kind of a license. The golf cart doesn't usually have, it's not required to have a license plate. Am I right?
No, you're in the town, a sticker.
I didn't hear you.
A sticker.
A sticker.
You're in the town, they're getting a sticker.
But not a license plate like I had to have drive a car.
Yeah.
So when I see this cart with 4 young kids. Like driving crazy up and down Fairway, I should call an officer. And have them checked out before somebody gets killed there.
Yeah.
Because you all know
Absolutely.
those driveways. They're not gonna see those kids fast enough or whatever if they're riding as fast as the one I saw. I got it, okay.
alright. 4/21 is our next regular council meeting. I gotta make sure, John, will tell you after I finish something, when we finish this meeting, about that regular council meeting, I think they would like to come. And then we have our next PSC meeting on 4/28. I make a motion to adjourn at 8:19 PM.
well, 28 is 2 days after my birthday, so if you guys wanna bring me something, like.
I'll second the
Coffee will be good.
All in favor, say aye.
What was the official time?
8:19.
8:19.
Thank you, everybody.